Hey yo, what's going on peeps? It's your boy, back at it again, and you already know what day it is. It is Breaking Bad Tuesday, except this time, we're going to be switching things up a bit. We're actually going to be talking about Better Call Saul. You see, I just finished this series a couple days ago, and it was great. I wouldn't say it's better than Breaking Bad at the moment, had its moments. So yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at those moments and putting them into a tournament format, just like one of my biggest videos. We're going to check this out. We're back on the site, known as Uwufufu. We'll check out 128 Better Call Saul scenes, and we'll pretty much have them all ranked by the end of it. Let's get started with round one. Alright, so first up we get Mike shoots the gunman, which was a pretty sick scene from him. Boom! He needs to be nerfed, bro. It's ridiculous. And then Kim attempts to kill Gus. You know, both of these scenes are very intense in their own ways, but the Kim attempts to kill Gus might just take it from me. Saul's confession to everything, or you're not a real lawyer.
I'm your brother?
You're not a real lawyer.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to Saul's confession. Alright, now we get Saul's plea negotiations, or Jimmy marries Kim. As cool as the Jimmy marries Kim thing is, it didn't feel as special as I thought it would be, but you know, I'm gonna give it to Saul's plea negotiations. Car montage, or Kim yells at Mr. Aker. I'm gonna give it to Mr. Aker. Gene gets recognized, or Lalo hires Saul Goodman. I'm gonna give it to, you know, Lalo hiring him. It set Saul up in a world of trouble with the cartel. Oh god. Chuck has a meltdown and passes out. Or Mike's bad choice road speech. Bro, there's so many good scenes, man. But I gotta give it to Chuck has a meltdown and passes out, because that was just ridiculous. Saul, Jesse, and Walter in the desert, or Saul and Kim getting a divorce. This wasn't the actual breakup scene, it was just them kind of finalizing it and stuff, but I might just give it to the desert, you know? Because it was just a cool callback to Breaking Bad. Alright, Nacho swaps Hector's pills, or Tyler threatens Mike. I might have to give it to Nacho swapping Hector's pills, because it would eventually lead to, you know, Hector being like paralyzed and having to live with the fact that he can't do anything physically to like save his family. As cool as Tyler is threatening Mike, we all know that nothing was gonna happen from it. So Gene and Jeff's mail robbery, or Mike and Saul's time machine talk, I might just give it to the time machine call, or Ziegler, or Howard's death. Easily. That was so unexpected, man. Jimmy hurling bowling balls on Howard's car, or Hector Salamanca having a stroke. Let's play this back. He serves. Oh! Now, that's what I call a strike. But I'm gonna give it to Hector having a stroke. And then we get Kim and Jesse meeting, which is a weird meeting if you think about it. Or Tony the talking toilet. I'm gonna give it to Kim and Jesse meeting just because of how unexpected it is. It wasn't me, it was Ignacio. Or Kim breaks up with Jimmy. Let's be honest, guys. That was an emotional scene. I gotta give it to it. Something Stupid montage, or the Cinnabon montage. Okay, so I'm gonna give it to the Something Stupid. The China speech, or Mike negotiates with Hector. Okay, guys. It's gotta be the Chamber speech, y'all. It's just such a great speech. Petty with a prior montage, or Something Stupid Bagman version. Why is there two of them? Honestly, I'm gonna give it to Petty with a prior. Mike briefs Kim and Saul, or the Gene drinking scam montage. Oh, so one of these is just kind of sad, and one of these is kind of cool. So I'm gonna give it to Mike briefs Kim. Mike finds out he's being watched, or the shootout at Lilo's house, bro. Oh, you know your boy loves a good shootout. All right, we got desert shootout, or Chuck dies. Oh, these scenes are so good. I'm gonna have to give it to Chuck dies though, just based on how like ridiculously sad it is. Chuck tries to hide his condition from Rebecca, or Jimmy tells the Slippin' Jimmy story to the skateboarders. The Slippin' Jimmy scene is pretty interesting in a way, because, you know, it's bringing up this like dumb past to these group of teenagers who will most likely learn a life lesson from it, and I'm sure they probably did. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Slippin' Jimmy story. Feds raiding Saul Goodman's house, or lightning bolts through my fingertips. Truthfully, I'm gonna give it to the lightning bolt.
You're a teensy tiny man in a teensy weensy little bubble.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, don't you fucking owe Jimmy me. You know why I didn't take the job? Because it's too small. I don't care about it. It's nothing to me. I'm like a god in human clothing. Lightning bolts shoot from my fingertips.
Yeah, I gotta give it to you. It's so funny. Jimmy goes to destroy Chuck's evidence, or scam of Ken. Let's be honest, guys. We all know it's gotta be the Jimmy destroys. All right, Jimmy confessing to a felony or a scam montage. Okay. As cool as the scam montage was, we gotta be honest, guys. Him confessing to this felony changed a lot in the series by the end, you know? So, yeah, it's gotta be it. All right, prisoners chanting Better Call Saul, or Mike tells Saul about Walt and Jesse. I want to be the guy who votes for the Mike Saul scene. But dude, there's something very hype about this prisoner chant. Like, imagine being this popular. Look at this.
Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul.
There's a song that samples this and it goes hard as hell. Like, look at this, bro. Young Lambo, ridiculously creative.
1. Armani suits and run. 2. Air Jordan shoes for you. 3.
Better
Linen
Call
shirts
Saul.
for free.
Yeah, it's a great video. I'd probably give it to the prisoner chant. And then we get Don Eladio mocking Hector and Gus ambushing Nacho. Gus and Nacho. Lalo and Don Eladio, or Jimmy arguing. I'm gonna give it to bar hearing. Kim's confession to Cheryl, or Mike meets Gus. The confession scene was very tragic, so I'm gonna give it to him. We got Gus killing or Saul Goodman at the country club. Let's be honest, we all know what it's gotta be. It's gotta be this, like, and then we get Jimmy tries to get fired, or the cartel meeting with Don Eladio. Probably the cartel meeting. Kim confronts Howard, Lalo calling Hector.
Did I hear you right? You want him to serve on the board of a scholarship committee? A scholarship that Chuck never in a million years would have given to Jimmy.
I gotta give it to that one. Chuck goes outside for a newspaper, yeah! Or do you want to be a friend of the cartel? I'm going to get killed for this take, but dude, it's so ridiculous. Look at this. Discord mod goes outside for the first time. Yes, I gotta give it to him. Alright, Magic Man montage or wiener checks for the faulty dynamite wire. But I'm gonna give it to the Magic Man because, you know, he was raking in those big bucks. What can I say? Alright, Jean gets caught and arrested, or Kim crashes her car. Both of these scenes are very impactful, but I might have to give it to Jean just getting caught because, you know, the one that nobody thought would get caught gets caught, you know? Jimmy's pep talk, or Nacho meeting Jimmy. I'm gonna give it to Nacho meeting Jimmy. Saul and Walter talk about their regret, or Nacho says goodbye to his dad. You know I'm a Walter fan, guys, but come on, man. Imagine your son just telling you can't imagine. I'm gonna give it to the goodbye scene. Saul Goodman finally arrived, or Gus blows up Los Polos Hermanos. I gotta give it to Saul Goodman, bro. Like, I think Gus has cooler moments. I broke my boy on log, or the cousins raid a gang base, bro.
Broke my boy.
As cool as the cousins scene, and I love a good shootout, he broke his boy. Jean's phone call with Francesca, or Jimmy tries defending teens who broke into a morgue. The phone call. Lalo kills Fred for no reason, by the way. Like, he probably could have just held him at gunpoint or something, but no, he decides to kill him for no reason because he's a heel. Or Hank and Steve returning. I'm gonna get to the return, bro. Saul shows Mesa Verde his new commercial, or Chuck, Jimmy, and Rebecca having dinner, which was very awkward, by the way, and Jimmy was practically stealing his brother's woman with, you know, his ungodly amount of riz, apparently. I'm gonna give it to the commercial, though. Jimmy explains the squat cobbler. Guys, 100 likes and I'll reenact the squat cobbler, alright? Or, Cobrin, I need to see your balls. Okay, so both of these are very funny in their own ways, but I'm gonna give it to the squat cobbler just because Jimmy and Chuck singing The Winner Takes It All, or ants eating ice cream. The winner takes it all! Kim and the Kettlemans, or There's No Shame in Changing Your Path. I might have to give it to Kim and the Kettleman. Once again, as it says, carrot and stick. Jimmy represents Jorge the Guzman, or Marion Finds Out. I might have to give it to Marion Finding Out, you know. She was like the last friend that Jimmy really had, and it ended up getting himself caught. I might have to go with it, bro. It's just tragic. Jimmy just couldn't live a normal life after, you know, his scams and his con-mancy. And yeah, I'm gonna give it to Marion Finding Out. Jimmy becomes a hero, or Lalo's first appearance. I gotta give it to Jimmy becoming a hero, because, you know, let's be honest, we all wanted a scene like that in our lives where we are seen as a hero, bro. Like, everyone wants that. And then we get It's All Good, Man, or Jimmy steals Howard's car.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, there it is. Like, such a goated show. It's so hard to choose between these scenes, man, but I might have to give it to It's All Good, man. Kim faces Lalo or Chuck's last talk.
I don't doubt your emotions are real, but what's the point of all the sad faces and the gnashing of teeth? If you're not going to change your behavior, and you won't, why not just skip the whole exercise? In the end,
You're gonna hurt everyone around you.
Okay, I gotta give it to Chuck's last talk. Jimmy ruins Oh, that scene was so sad. I don't want to watch that again. Or Mike kills crooked cops. Just out of the fact that I don't want to watch an elderly woman get hurt, I gotta give it to Mike kills the crooked cops. Saul closes his office, or Jimmy tricks the court. Okay, I would give it to Jimmy tricking the court, you know. The big brain plays, I gotta give it. Mike versus Tuco yells at Kaylee, "You are done!"
You're making a mess. You're done. You are done.
God, man. Knowing about the broke my boy scene could have been broke my granddaughter. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to the "you're done." Jimmy impersonates a pastor. The religious me was like, wow, I can't believe he just did that. Or intimidating the punk. Both of these are great ways of just getting back. I might have to give it to the pinata scene, you know? It was very cool, you know, seeing those bullies get what they deserve. Okay, now we got Howard's Memorial, or Jimmy finds the Kettlemans. Yes! Caught in 4K. I might have to give it to Howard's Memorial, though. That was a very sad time. Jimmy swapping those numbers. Jimmy negotiates with Tuco. Considering the fact that Jimmy swapping those numbers led to the great speech that is, you know, the Chivalry speech, Chuck's eventual suicide, I'm gonna give it to swapping those numbers. Kim cries on the bus, or Jimmy gets arrested. But I'm gonna give it to Kim crying on the bus because that was very heartbreaking. We got the perfect day montage, or Gene robs the cancer patient. I'm gonna give it to Gene robbing, though. Sabotaging Howard's lunch, or Nippy. Where are you, Nippy? I'm gonna give it to Nippy. Nacho's death, or Nacho saves the stash. I gotta give it to Nacho's death. Definitely one of the most, like, Sigma deaths ever. Nacho versus the cousins, or the end. I gotta give it to the end. Jimmy sabotages Chuck's insurance, or Mike kills Warner. Guys, I don't know what to pick. I have, like, equal feelings on both of these scenes, so I'm just gonna close my eyes and just kind of pick. I guess I picked the Mike Warner scene. Cool. All right, first ever Gene scene, or Jimmy and Kim smoking in the garage as he beats up with trash. I gotta give it to the Kim and Jimmy, as, you know, it was the start of a good relationship. All right, the Howard breakdown, or Mike worked a successful workplace. I gotta give it to Howard breakdown, bro. Gus tells Hector a story. What? Or Jimmy and Howard's boxing match. I don't care what y'all think. I gotta give it to the boxing match. The wrestling fan in me loves that scene. Mike beats up this random dude, or Slippin' Kimmy. Oh god, look, it's MCIC. I gotta give it to the Slippin' Kimmy, though. Gus and Wine Stewart. Oh, it's gotta be Nacho's dad learns about his death, though. Okay, everybody. It is round 2. The shootout at Lalo's house, or Saul's confession. We gotta give it to Saul's confession, man. He admitted everything. He wasn't innocent. We got Kim yelling, or something stupid montage. I'm gonna give it to something stupid. Lalo hires Saul Goodman, or the intimidation of the punk. I feel like with these shows, I'm always fighting with my serious self and the humor in myself, man. Because, like, humor, I love the intimidation, and serious, you know, this is a pretty important scene, set him up. If there is a scene that I feel like reminisces with me more, it might be the intimidation of the punk. Kim confronting Howard, or Chuck has a meltdown and passes out. This is so hard. I can't do this, man. But I might have to give it to the meltdown scene, man. Alright, we get Howard's own breakdown, or the cartel meeting with Don Eladio. Probably Howard breaking down. Man, I'm such a sick person. Why am I voting for, like, pain, man? Why am I doing this? Alright, we get the boxing match, or Mike brief with Kim and Saul. Guys, boxing match. I'm telling you, man. I have a feeling that young Lambo is going to yell at me after I upload this video. Magic Man, or Nacho's dad. Learn about his dad. Probably gonna give it to Nacho. Jimmy tricking the court, or the last conversation with Jimmy. Gotta give it to the last conversation. Prisoners chanting Better Call Saul, or Saul, Jesse, Walter in the desert. I'm gonna give it to the prison chant, honestly. Nacho says goodbye to his dad, dad or I broke my boy. You can't be serious right now. Both of these are so sad. I'm gonna give it to broke my boy though. Kim crying on the bus or Mike kills or so sad. God, I just want to be happy. Okay, ignore that. Kim cries on the bus. Jimmy argues with Kim about the bar hearing or Howard's memorial. I'm gonna give it to Howard's memorial. We get smoking in the garage or Kim breaks up with Jimmy. Once again, why are these so sad? Like, just looking back on the show now, this is a sad show. Like, at least Breaking Bad had more humor. I don't know. Mike and Saul's time machine talk or lightning bolt shoot from my fingertips. Kim attempts to kill Gus or the Chimer speech. Yep. Chimer sleep. Chuck dying or Mike killing the crooked cops. Probably Chuck dying, dude. Gus kills Lalo or the end. The end is pretty sad. It's not as good as the Breaking Bad ending though, so I might have to give this to Gus killing Lalo. Gene gets caught and arrested and Saul Goodman finally arrives. The beginning and the end. I'm gonna give it to, you know, him getting caught. The commercial scene or Jimmy becoming a hero. I'm gonna give it to Jimmy becoming a hero. Jimmy confesses to a felony or Saul's negotiations. Gotta be the felony. He's a great lawyer, but god dang, man, that'll always hurt, you know, getting betrayed by your own brother. Winner takes it all or Marion finds out. Come on, it's winner takes it all. Hank and Steve return or Gene robs a cancer patient. I didn't even know that this person had cancer. I might have to give it to this. Howard's death or Kim and the Kelmans. Probably Howard's death. Hector Salamanca has a stroke or Jimmy's. Once again, guys, as I said, 100 likes and I will do the squat cobbler. And I'm gonna choose it. Kim's confession to Cheryl or It's All Good, Man. I mean, I'm gonna give it to the Kim confession. Nacho swaps Hector's pills or Chuck goes outside. I feel like this image alone just makes me want to vote for it. Then again, man, Nacho swapping those pills, very intense. I'm gonna give it to Hop. Flipping Jimmy's story or Gene's phone call with Francesca. Gonna give it phone call. Nacho's death or Kim and Jesse meet. I gotta give it to Nacho's death. Slipping Kimmy or Nacho meets Jimmy. Nacho meets Jimmy. You are done or Jimmy destroys evidence. Probably evidence. Nippy! Or Jimmy swaps those numbers. I'll be honest, guys. I wasn't that interested in the Nippy storyline. You can boo me all you want, but I feel like by the end, man, I didn't care that much about it. It felt a bit like filler, I can't lie. That's probably the reason I think that Breaking Bad's a better show, so I'm gonna give it to Jimmy swapping those numbers. Gus ambushes Nacho or Petty with a prior. Gus ambushes Nacho. Round 3, the round of 32. We get Jimmy swapping those damn numbers. Or Nacho's dad learns about his death. I'm gonna give it to swapping those numbers. Lightning bolts shoot from my fingertips. Or Kimmy breaks up with Jimmy. He's on top of the world. And then where he's at is absolute lowest, probably. I'm gonna give it to Kim breaking up. Gus kills Lalo or Howard has a breakdown. Gotta give it to Gus. Howard's memorial or Nacho swapping those pills. When you think about it, this like interaction between the two of like Kim and Cheryl was so like messed up beyond belief. For once, Saul was trying to be nice. I'm gonna give it to the Hector pill scene though. Jimmy becomes a hero or, oh, come on, don't do this to me. Come on, I just want to have fun. I'm gonna give it to Chimer's speech though. Prisoners chanting Better Call Saul or Jimmy goes to destroy Chuck's evidence. I think Jimmy and Chuck have better scenes together, aka, you know, Chimer's speech. I might have to give it to the prisoner chant, man. I blame Young Lambo for that, by the way. Screw you, Young Lambo. Jimmy confesses to felony or to Saul's confession. So many confessions. Probably give it to Saul's confession, though. Gene robs the cancer patient or Kim being a crybaby. Gus ambushing Nacho or Gene's phone call. Gus. Chuck dying or Chuck having a meltdown and passing out. What a lineup we have here. I'm gonna give it to Chuck dying, though. The boxing match or something stupid. Yes! Boxing match! What am I doing? Gene gets caught and arrested, or Chuck's last talk. I might have to give it to him getting caught. Oh crap, I regret it. I regret doing that. Oh god, I regret it. Jimmy explains the squat cobbler. Or who cares about not to be Jimmy, bro? It's a squat cobbler. Are you serious? Really? Really, guys? Dude, these are like top 5 best scenes. And I gotta knock one of them out?
That's her destiny!
Woo! This scene makes me want to go to karaoke.
Yeah.
Thinking I belong there.
Okay, who doesn't love Abbott though? On God, this is the hardest pick, man. I don't know what to choose. I'll go with Howard's death, man. It was just so unexpected. Kim's confession or I broke my boy. I broke my boy. Nacho's death or intimidating those punks. Alright guys, I give up with the punks, man. I gotta give it to Nacho's death. Okay, we are back with a round of 16, in which we have Chuck dying or the prisoners chanting Better Call Saul. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to draw the line with the Better Call Saul chants. Chuck dying is too special. And then we get Gene getting caught and arrested or Saul's confession to everything. I gotta give it to the confession. Gus ambushes Nacho. As I said, guys, 100 likes and I'll do it. Hear me out. Yes. Kim breaks up with Jimmy or the swapping of the pills. Breakup. Boxing match. Kim cries on the bus. I know people like to say that the boxing match was unnecessary, but man, I don't know. I broke my boy or Howard's death. Howard's death. Gus kills Lalo. Jimmy swaps those numbers. Gus. Chambers speech or Nacho's death. Oh my God, these are like top 5, but it's gotta go to Chambers speech. Okay, y'all, it is quarterfinals time, where it'll especially be hard. Kim breaks up with Jimmy or Howard's death. If you think about it, one thing just kind of led to another, because I feel like if Howard never died, Kim probably would have never broke up with Jimmy. Howard's death. Boxing match of the some of the funniest scenes ever. I'm gonna give it to Chambers speech though, because yeah, Chuck dies or Jimmy explains the squat cobbler. Saddest and funniest scenes of the show. So Chuck dying though. All my pawns are falling. No. Gus kills Lalo or Saul confession. I'm gonna give it to Saul's confession based on the fact that it pretty much summarizes the entire show in a way. If you really listen to it all the way from the beginning to the end, it pretty much just sums up the entire show, just how Saul's entire journey, even though like the angry judge is trying to make him like shut up and stuff, like it's memorable. So I'm gonna give it to the confession. Okay, y'all, it is semifinals time. It's Chambers speech, Saul's confession. Both of these scenes are very important speeches. I gotta give it to the Chambers speech. Chuck dies or Howard dies. This might be a hot take, but even though Howard's death was very shocking, very unexpected, I believe that the Chuck death was much more sadder. I think it just really set up a very sad, looming cloud throughout the show, knowing the fact that Chuck was no longer with us. So I'm going to give it to Chuck's death. And with that, for the final round, we got 2 Chuck moments. Now that I think about it, Chuck is just a great character.
Can you tell the court what that was?
Caught red-handed.
Battery.
Mr. Chairman, please. You recognize that man in back? He'll testify he planted this fully charged battery on you over an hour and a half ago, and you felt nothing.
I am not crazy. I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216. One after Magna Carta, as if I could ever make such a mistake. Never. He covered his tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him.
Mr. McGill.
This chicanery, he's done worse. That's billboard. Are you telling me that a man just happens to fall like that? He orchestrated it. Jimmy, he defecated through a sunroof. And I saved him. I shouldn't have. I took him into my own firm. What was I thinking? He'll never change. He'll never change. Ever since he was 9. Always the same. Couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. But not our Jimmy.
Couldn't be precious Jimmy.
Stealing them blind. And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke.
That's all we need to hear, ladies and gentlemen. The Chambers speech is the best scene. So yeah, y'all, with that being said, it was a very close battle, but in the end, bro, it's the reason the show is as good as it is, you know? Just the amazing acting, funny drama, the humor aspect, it's just all packed into this one scene, and that's why I truly love this show. With that being said, if you want to make your own tournament, go ahead. The bracket will be in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more great content like this. If you disagreed with any of my opinions, let me know what in the comments below. I'll seek an institution to figure out what is wrong with me, because god dang, I know I probably threw some spicy takes at y'all. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.